I did not expect to be doing a video filming today. I was supposed to be dyeing my hair. Yeah, but instead, I'm talking about this. Big TikTok buzz, a best-selling launch, and a storm of reader backlash? Today I'm talking about Audra Winter and the Age of Scorpius. Unlike other videos, I wanted to focus on how new and indie authors can learn from this controversy. Now, a quick note before we start. I have not read this book yet, so I will be withholding my judgment about it. What I will mention is what others have and are currently saying about it. Then what the author said, and well, BookTok being what it is, you can expect drama to follow close behind. For the legal disclaimer, this video comments on publicly posted allegations and reader reactions. No legal judgment is offered. See my links below. First, a short timeline. Audra Winter's debut, The Age of Scorpius, gained major attention on TikTok and other short-form platforms, where clips and creator endorsements built significant pre-release interest and a large follower base. The book's official release date was June 27, 2025. And within days, a large number of 1- and 2-star reviews began appearing on Goodreads and Amazon, with readers posting detailed critiques and excerpts and screenshots to explain their ratings. Now, these early reviews spread across reader communities and social platforms, expanding into discussion threads, reaction videos that question whether the marketed product matched what the readers actually received. So over the next several days and weeks, screenshot compilations, review roundups, and media summaries turned into a reader dispute into broader controversy about marketing, editing, and creator responsibility. First, many reviewers describe numerous grammatical and spelling mistakes in the published text, which critics argued should have been caught in copywriting and proofreading. I'm inclined to believe this before getting my hands on this book, mainly because so many instances have been verified and shared. Second, several readers reported an overuse of invented or repetitive names and terms that disrupted readability and made scenes difficult to follow. These issues were often shown with quoted passages in review threads, and I think this is a classic scenario of a writer trying to break the rules before all the rules are initially learned. Third, reviewers accused the book of heavy exposition and info dumping instead of scene-driven storytelling, and some pointed to underdeveloped characters and apparent plot inconsistencies. BookTok influencers, I love some, hate some, you know how I feel, highlighted examples in long-form posts and videos. Again, having not read the book, I suspect even though she did work with some highly acclaimed editors, she neglected to use the advice they provided. Fourth, multiple commenters argued the book's marketing and pre-release clips implied a more polished, final manuscript than the versions readers received, leading some followers to say they felt misled, which makes sense. Compilations of promotional language and pre-order materials circulated as evidence of those expectations. My thoughts? Marketing is hard. I spent a year learning how to market my book, Bloody Flesh and Deadly Shadows. It's a dark paranormal fantasy that channels a modern-day Game of Thrones with American Horror Story. That being said, I would not try to sell this to a contemporary romance reader, because they'll hate it. Learn your niche and focus on getting your book to readers you know will already love your themes and tropes, but I'm getting off subject. Finally, the author issued public responses on social platforms that addressed those concerns. But no, she didn't. She made it worse. But I understand why. Those statements became focal points for both defense and further criticism. The long and short of it is that media training would have stopped this drama in its tracks. Later on, I'll share some examples that would have made this PR nightmare a non-issue on arrival. So how did people respond to her clapbacks to the writing and reading community? It's Book Talk. What do you think happened? Reader community split into several camps. Some creators and readers encouraged honest reviews and a pause on purchases pending clarification. Others urged civil discussion and cautioned against mass-targeted review campaigns, which there is a distinct circle of hell for review bombers. I'm not talking about people who just didn't like a book, but the people who post malicious reviews with the sole purpose of creating false or negative, unconstructive feedback. Keep on getting off subject. So Audra posted some replies to certain allegations ranging from explanations and apologies to clarifications about production timelines. Those posts were saved and shared widely. And since this is Book Talk, they became fodder for drama. Platforms like Goodreads and Amazon experienced an influx of reviews and conversations. Moderation choices, including when and whether to remove or flag reviews or threads. Raising questions about coordinated rating efforts versus grassroots criticism. Reports, articles, blogs, whatever. Those framed the issue as an example of fast social media marketing colliding with slower editorial processes of publishing, aka the unreasonable method of rapid publishing running rampant in this industry. The fact is, heavy marketing of an under-edited product damages reader trust. Those defending her actions point out that many indie creators work with a limited budget and that social media content can blur expectations between draft and finished work. Both sides underline a central trade-off: reach fast through social media platforms or allow more time and expense for editorial polish. For me, if I'm asking someone to give me money for something I made, I'd like to make sure it was the highest quality that I could make it. If you can't afford an expensive editor, there are other options to get another set of eyes to go over your work to catch things you become sightblind to. But again, I'm getting off topic. Lessons for indie authors that I got from all of this. 10 things that can be learned from this entire fiasco. At a minimum, plan for developmental editing, then copyediting and proofreading. If your budget is limited, prioritize developmental edits and take full advantage of a beta reader's insight. If you have a little bit of scratch, I recommend just focusing on the proofreading or copyediting phase at the very, very least. People are asking for the minimum for their money, okay? The bare minimum. They will deal with a lot. Some won't deal with a lot, but your true audience will deal with what is necessary as long as you take their investment not for granted. Don't pretend it's a New York Times best-selling book until it is. When you share drafts or teasers, label them clearly as a work in progress. Don't imply a final, fully polished book if you're still revising. Clear language reduces the perception gap between marketing and delivery. In my book's case, I'm on my final personal edit. After that, I will have a trusted set of eyes look over my manuscript for anything else I may have missed. There are options for every budget. Be upfront with your readers about this. Pre-orders create expectations and financial commitments. Only open pre-orders once you've allowed sufficient time for editorial cycles, formatting, and quality checks. Have a communication plan for delays and a refund policy if necessary. We have way too many examples of authors behaving badly, making Kickstarter campaigns harder for readers to trust. And yes, treat your Kickstarter like a pre-order for ARCs. Audience relationships can be fragile. So be consistent and honest in your messaging. When readers raise concerns, respond with facts and plan rather than be decisively defensive. Engaged, honest communities are more durable than hype-driven followings. Looking at you, twihards. Love you, but you understand why I'm saying that. Use process posts to demonstrate craft and revision, not to create hype for the product. I feel like I could do a very good long follow-up on this topic alone. I will hold your hand when I say this, and I mean it with love. When someone critiques your work, they are not critiquing you. Do I need to say it again? Because I'll say it again. Did you hear me? Okay, good. When dealing with keyboard crusaders on social media, have a crisis plan in place. Acknowledge issues quickly and describe steps you're taking to fix them and give timelines. A transparent plan reduces escalation and demonstrates responsibility. Metadata, model data, metadata. Clean formatting, consistent terminology, and correct metadata affect both reader experience and discoverability. Small technical sloppiness can make for a huge professional failure, so use final format checks before publication. Very important. Schedule buffer time for multiple editing passes and allow for unforeseen delays. It's common to underestimate editorial timelines when chasing marketing windows, so plan for it. This reminds me of the episode of Star Trek Next Generation where Scotty told Geordi that he should never give an exact time something would be fixed. He urged him to inflate his time so the engineer would look like a genius to the captain and crew when the fix comes before the estimated time is up. Thank you, Scotty. I say this while I say this. Protect your mental health and avoid engaging with every hostile comment. You don't need to. There's going to be people that don't like you, and you know what? That's okay, because you don't have to like them either. And if you must, remember what Freud said. What others say about someone is what they think of themselves. If errors are found after publication, update those files and tell those buyers how to get corrected copies or issue refunds. Publicly document what changed and why. Concrete resolutions help restore reader trust. As promised, here are some short script authors can adapt if they face reader complaints. I'm aware readers have raised issues with the text. I'm investigating these concerns now. I will release a corrected edition and share details about refunds or exchanges for affected buyers. Thank you for your patience as we fix this. Other option. I'm sorry to my readers who felt misled. My intention was X, but I see how the messaging came across. Here's what I will do to make this right. Then list the steps. I appreciate your feedback and will work to restore your confidence. That's simple. It's simple. It's simple. Okay, one more. We're going to do one more. We're delaying the release to allow additional editorial work so readers receive the best possible version. Pre-order customers will receive updates and options for refunds if they prefer not to wait. I don't think I'm over or understating. I could have been simple. This could have been very, very simple. This could have been so simple. So simple. Okay, so there you have it. That's how I think this would have become a non-dramatic issue on BookTok with Audra Winters and the Age of Scorpius situation. Man, this book will forever be BookTok history because of this. And I only hope history will be kind to this new author because she's still learning. We're all human beings and we will always have faults. We just need to remember she is just starting her career, and honestly, if she wasn't as successful with her pre-orders, there wouldn't be as much drama about this book talk. We can't control what happens to us in life, but we can control how we respond to it. And that is my official take on which side of the fence are you on with this whole controversy and blah, 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 blah. That's my final statement. I'm not talking about it anymore. after this, please don't make me make another video about this, because I don't like drama. I do wish she would focus on the prose and not on the business that she founded around this book. We all love art, but creating a digital studio will only distract from what her customers want. Her words. Invest in quality, be transparent with your audience, and prepare a communications plan for when problems inevitably pop up. Those actions protect the long-term asset you're building, reader trust. So, tell me in the comments if you want to follow up, deep dive on accepting criticism, pre-release checklist. I don't know. Just please like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. And thanks for watching. I am so sorry for the quality of this video.